Did God create man alone, or did he created a hermaphrodite? There is a messianic rabbi by the name of Eduardo Arroyo who adapted a diabolical teaching that states that when God created man, he was both male and female, then God split them. In other words, God created a hermaphrodite, even though Eduardo claims that is not what God created. Either Eduardo Arroyo has deliberately allowed himself to be pulled from scriptural truth, or he has no understanding of the creation of man according to the book of Genesis. It is sickening and nauseating to hear such a diabolical statement coming out of the mouth of a messianic rabbi. Let's read the part of the first 2 chapters of Genesis that has to do with the creation of Adam and Eve. And God said, "Let us make man in our image after our likeness." So God created man in his own image, in the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. And God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone, I will make him a helper comparable to him, for Adam there was not a helper fit for him." And God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof, and the rib, which God had taken from man, made him a woman, and brought her unto the man, Adam. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." It is clear from the scriptures that when God created man, he was alone, and God caused a deep sleep in the man to pull a rib out of him to form the woman. Adam understood that the rib God took out of him was given form and made into a woman, which is why he said, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh," a statement that reflects Genesis 1:27. So, God created male and female, which has nothing to do with what Eduardo stated, that when God created man, he was both male and female. Eduardo stated that though Adam was both male and female, he doesn't believe the first man had 2 genitalia, male and female. What he fails to realize is that a male and female can be identified through the genitalia, so if the first man, whom he claims was both male and female, had only the male genitalia, how could the woman be identified? So, either God created man alone or he created a hermaphrodite. Eduardo, you can say that you do not believe that God created a hermaphrodite, but to say that the first man was both male and female makes it clear that your view depicts a hermaphrodite, not to mention that you are ignorant of scriptural truth. Another thing, Eduardo, to believe that God made the first man male and female is to believe that God created a form of transgender, which would form a base argument for a man to say he will change his sex because he feels more like a woman inside, and remember he only has one genitalia, the male genitalia, but with your statement, he is male and female with one genitalia. Eduardo, it is sad that you cannot see how your statement is distorting the scriptures and making a mockery of God's creation. Eduardo Arroyo, when you denounce the diabolical statement you made, I will remove your name from this post and replace it with another title. Eduardo, I will leave you with this, for Adam was first formed, then Eve, 1 Timothy 2:13. Under no circumstances am I making any defamatory remarks toward Eduardo Arroyo, I am just pointing out the diabolical statement that he made, just like he points out many rabbis, calling them out by name. The difference between us is that I am not making a mockery of him or rabbis, nor am I using an electronic device to belittle rabbis, which appears to be what he is doing.